hearing this?
Anybody hear that?
How can we possibly have the slightest idea what to expect?
Well, we're back.
Hold on to your butts.
Welcome to the Jurassic Park Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Jost, and we're here to discuss all things Jurassic, including the movies, TV shows, music, toys, and more. In episode 413, I'll be resharing a recent live stream that I did with Aaron Beyer, and we did a full conversation on the latest Beyond the Gates items. There's a ton of new Mattel toys out there, all surrounding Jurassic World Rebirth. We actually discussed some of the recent Rebirth news. There was a bunch of things that popped up, some images and different things. So we dive into that, and fair warning, just so you know, Aaron Beyer is not a really big fan of where Jurassic World Rebirth is going. He makes that very clear. I try to keep him on a tight leash on this episode, so just wanted to put that warning out there for anybody who maybe wanted a little bit of a trigger warning for somebody who's not totally into Jurassic World Rebirth, like I am. But I tried, like I said, I try to keep him on a leash as best as I could. I said, be on your best behavior, Aaron, and I think he did a pretty decent job of that. You know, I think it's kind of important to put out conversations between, you know, myself and other people that maybe don't like the movie. Now, Aaron is certainly in the deep end in terms of not wanting to see this movie and not liking this movie. But I know that there's some valid conversations that could be had, you know, with people like that. So I just wanted to put it out there. And I didn't want to cut Aaron off completely by saying, hey, since you don't like this thing anymore, let's stop talking. No, I didn't want to do that at all. I like Aaron. Aaron is a friend of mine. So I wanted to keep the conversation moving, stick to things that we can talk about, like the toys specifically, Beyond the Gates and everything Mattel's doing. And of course, every now and then touching on some of the recent Rebirth news. So be sure to tune in to that when we do our live streams. You can see us live every first Thursday with Aaron Beyer. And of course, our usual Wednesday night live streams as well. But those are usually by myself. But yeah, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, we all love everything here. It's usually pretty much a love fest when you come on this show, which is, you know, that's just the vibe we're giving off here. But every now and then you got to show a different side. So that's what you're going to get here today. And of course, while you're listening to this episode, hit us up on Blue Sky to continue the conversation. And as always, please check out our live streams on YouTube. Like I just said, every Wednesday night, discussing all of the latest Jurassic news from around the world, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. EST. And subscribe to the newsletter. I keep promoting this thing, but I never have time to write for it. But please go subscribe to it. I swear I'm going to start doing that soon. I promise. You know, eventually, one of these days. But that you can find that on JurassicParkPodcast.com/newsletter. But it is time, so let's go ahead and dive into the latest conversation between myself and Aaron Beyer about the toys and Jurassic World Rebirth.
You know, I remember the people that helped me, Roland. There's a job for you at the park in San Diego if you want it.
No, thank you. I believe I've spent enough time in the company of death.
All right, so yeah, let's get into this because it's the first thing here that we want to talk about, and this is the Jurassic Park Trilogy, featuring Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, limited edition steelbook, 4K Ultra HD, and digital, that's a good pack right there. Obviously, it is listed
it's $93
as
at Walmart.
$93 at Walmart, okay, and Amazon as well, $93.99.
But
that's
the
crazy.
Jurassic
That's
World set is $64. There's some scalping shenanigans going on here. Yeah. So like,
that's wild.
I just went to Google shopping. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 64. For Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion, as well as all that stuff. And yeah, you had said, what was it, Dolby Atmos? That was a...
Yeah, so, I mean, for me,
there it is.
Literally,
Dolby Vision,
Jurassic
Dolby
Park,
Atmos.
for Jurassic Park, I probably own at least like 20 copies of that movie. And this is a new mix. So I want to say the last mix was for Jurassic Park 3D, which had a special mix because they were balancing for the 3D space. And I think it's just been the same mix since Blu-ray. So now to have Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, the problem is like, who's going going to review this? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at someone like Elon Osborne or whatever, who does like a lot of like surround soundy type stuff, who's in the know like us to be like, oh, there's a different mix going on here?
I have a guy for that. And his name is Hunter, and he's my co-host on Grim Grinning Host. He actually just sent me a text like maybe 2 weeks ago or a week ago, just saying like, hey, if you ever want to talk about like physical media, I'm the guy.
Let's do a show.
Yeah.
Let's do a show. Because I love physical media. Like,
okay,
all of it.
All right.
So let's get us together and talk about it. But like, here's the thing. I don't want to buy this if like they didn't actually put any work into it. They just are like doubled up on I am in the know. Doubled up on just channels or whatever. But if they did like an actual like Atmos mix, I would be extremely excited to spend $93.
you kind of like backtracked a little bit. I'd be extremely excited just to spend $93.
That means you're spending more than $20 on Jurassic Park 3. That's the problem.
That is the problem. Let's take a look real quick though while we're here. What are your thoughts on like the cover art and stuff like that? Have you taken
just
a deep dive look?
Absolute.
How do I open this? Let's just zoom.
I'm kind of torn because I think that the Spinosaurus looks great, but the rest of this, just forget it, dude. Like,
you know, it like at first glance, I really do like this. Like, I like the vibe that it's giving here. I love the idea, right? But obviously, we all know that it has its issues, right? It's not the right Dilophosaurus, the Brachiosaurus Jurassic World, and or whatever Fallen Kingdom.
The Pteranodons are wrong. The Brachiosaurus is wrong,
and even the Rex
the
looks
Dilophosaurus
weird.
Wrong.
Like everything, yeah. So a bunch of stuff's wrong here, but this Spino, man, is just—it's fantastic.
Spino looks killer, dude. Yeah,
it's just that same formula that Universal continually pipes out with, like kind of just reusing assets for stuff like this. And it always seems to be like DVD covers and things like that are always all over the place, and only us here at a place like this show or the hardcore like fan community, we are the absolute only people that care about any of that. So this looks probably great to everybody, but we are the only ones who are like nitpicking it just a little bit. But I do think it looks cool nonetheless.
I think it's cool that they've defined it as like the Jurassic Park trilogy and the Jurassic World trilogy, and they're not going to like try to like cram like an empty slot in the back of this for the new movie for
Rebirth.
Renaissance Resistance Rebirth.
Yeah. Okay.
But like,
what is it called? What did I call it? Did I call it something wrong? I think I did.
We were talking about Renaissance earlier.
Yeah, that's right. But this one, I love this one. This one looks great.
Yeah, it does. It looks good.
Like they can't get this one wrong because the only time they really incorrectly use assets is on the Jurassic Park era, right? They don't.
Right.
There's no need to use the incorrect ones on this era because they always get them right. So this looks great. Like I think this looks fantastic. I really like the Jurassic World Park gates centered there with the crushed gyrosphere. The fact that we're getting like Indominus with a Pyroraptor right there, just beautiful. Loving that. Cats up in the sky, like super cool stuff here. So and then the volcano in the background too. Like it's nailing everything. So I think that's pretty stellar. This is a great cover.
I have like the perfect set in my opinion. I've got like the ones that are like all the posters, except for Dominion didn't get a poster.
Oh,
release,
that's right.
Like,
well,
and they've all got their sleeves. But I don't know. I might. Yeah. So the cover didn't look like that. It looked like something else. I don't know. I might try to get these. If you pre-order on Amazon, they don't charge you until it ships. So like, whatever. Just because I have an Atmos setup and it's cool. Atmos is cool. Like there's just no denying it. But are they going to really worry about remixing Jurassic Park 3?
Hopefully.
I mean, in all reality, Jurassic Park 3 is the one that you really should do. That was a big deal on like the DVD bonus features that they had like mixed that raptor circle thing for like, I think 7.1 at the time, right? And so 7.1 would be raptors in front of you, to the side, and to the back. They had like mixed that whole raptor surrounding sequence at the end, like to be 7.1. So you were like meant to feel like you were in the middle of that circle with the actors. And I mean, Atmos really is gonna reign amazing in Atmos. If the Ketz flies over you, right? Ideally, they would have mixed those sounds in the top speakers. I'm really thinking about it. If these were just standard, nothing different, like that, like the typical, nothing different except the cover, I wouldn't be interested. But the new sound mix kind of has me interested. Not to mention, this is all dying.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Like, we're probably not getting another physical copy of this movie in a new format. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, there's a back cover too. Look at that. That looks nice with the Innovation Center on there.
That's awesome.
Surrounded by the
awesome.
bushes. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that was kind of unprompted there, but we wanted to talk about that. What else we got? Do we got other merchandise or anything else we can quickly touch on before we get into some
like
news?
the new current stuff?
Yeah, I don't remember anything else at the moment to talk about. But you know what? Let's dive into some Rebirth stuff, which I know you love. Now, do me your best. Like, give me your best behavior. Is it possible? Is it possible? Do you think you could be on good behavior? Okay. All right. I'm gonna show you some things here. We're gonna talk about some things. Do your best for me. You got this? You all right? Breathe deeply. All right. So we're gonna look over here at Empire Magazine. Released a bunch of stuff today because they have a new Empire Magazine. When is this coming out? May 8th, Thursday, May 8th. So next Thursday. 1 week from this recording here. But look at this. Look at this cover, dude. Like Jurassic World
It's
Rebirth.
awesome. This cover's awesome.
Yes. I agree.
I wish
it's fantastic.
I wish so badly that I was going to go see this movie. But I'm not.
Look, he's lying to you. There's no I still don't believe there's no way that he doesn't sit himself in a theater. But here we go. This is a heavily like photoshopped, very much, cover here, but it just still looks killer nonetheless because you've got this Ketz, like hairy, fuzzy looking Ketz with I love the blue striping mixed with that orange. It's really giving me like either, I don't know, Kenner vibes or some cool paint job from Mattel or something like that. It's giving me like really cool vibes. I'm digging that paint job design there, I guess, on this dinosaur. And it's looking up at Scarlet, who's rappelling down this cliffside here. So I don't know if it happens exactly like this in the movie, but we do see a little bit of this kind of sequence in the trailer. But this looks pretty stellar. I'm absolutely in love with this cover.
Yep. Agreed.
So it says Scarlett Johansson heads up the ultimate dinosaur adventure. Hold on to your butts. And it says they're going on set of Gareth Edwards' new chapter, seeking to capture the DNA of the original. And yeah, that has really been, which I talked about this on my live stream last night a little bit, which I'm actually pretty thankful of, is the fact that this movie so far with its marketing, and I don't know how much you've kept up on it, but they're really sticking to what they showed us in images and the first trailer. And they're not really straying from that, which I'm very thankful of, to be honest.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Maybe for somebody like you who's not totally sold on what you saw in that first trailer, that might not be like, you want to maybe see more to sell you on this. But I think in terms of like what we've always spoke about for years now about the marketing that they've done for the entire Jurassic World trilogy, they've really gone overboard, right? With everything that they've shown. By the time you get to the movie theater, you're like, I've definitely seen the entire thing, right? Haven't you gotten that vibe?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But at least this time around, they're showing us, okay, we got a quick lab sequence shot. We've got these Titanosaurs out in a field. We've seen this field thousands of times via pictures and video now. And there's been some behind the scenes videos and things like that. And they're all including like the same like same portions in the movie. Like the Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus scene on the water, the T-Rex on the river, like that kind of stuff. And they're not really straying from that stuff. And this is one of those moments as well, the Kets on the side, because they did show that in the first trailer as well. So I'm very much appreciating what they're doing with the marketing so far.
It's funny that I just agreed with you on the fact that I had seen, that I felt like we had seen everything before the movies, because like I completely forgot I worked on the entire Jurassic World. No, I didn't work on Dominion at all, but I worked on Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom. So like I literally,
you did see,
yeah, but yeah, I kind of dig that they're keeping things a secret. I don't think the original Jurassic Park trailer showed you a ton. I remember the Lost World trailers on TV showed you a decent amount of like major set pieces. But also like that one had a book associated with it, so it was kind of like you could maybe put two and two together what they were going to do.
You would have been way off if you tried. If you're like, oh yeah, the Lost World, I know exactly what's going to happen in this movie, and then
I mean, there's aspects to it, but you get the gist, right? I feel like with Rebirth, like, dude, it has so many things going for it. Like Gareth Edwards is an awesome director. I just wish I was going to see this movie.
You will. Alexandre Desplat like is doing the score now, which I really dig his stuff. So I'm excited by that.
I don't know if I'm familiar.
They teamed up on him. He's the only one that it's gonna be. There was no. I mean, there was rumors that like maybe John Williams is coming back and some other guys filling in or whatever, but that never came to fruition, obviously. But Alexandre Desplat is doing the score, and he teamed up with Gareth Edwards on Godzilla in 2014. So, and he was going to do the Rogue One score, but then Michael Giacchino came in. But yeah, so I think it's turning out really well so far. I think what we're seeing is pretty awesome. Let me get your thoughts on some of these images here. So we've got Jonathan Bailey with this giant fossil mouth, whatever this is. I don't know. Oh, there's a lot going on.
Looks like a shark.
Yeah. So I think this is that bar that's in Suriname. That you see them kind of like gambling and drinking and stuff like that in this bar in the trailer. I think this is this moment. This is giving me like I'm getting vibes of like Kong Skull Island. Is that the name of the movie? I always get it confused with the ride. But I'm kind of, it's like a crossover of Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston in that movie, because she was the photographer and he was like the adventurer. So it's giving me vibes of that. But you see a lot of teeth of some sorts up on the walls and stuff like that. So pretty cool shot. And you got Jonathan Bailey and Rupert Friend over there with his he's very much dressing like Belloc, Gennaro too. Yeah. I'm getting Belloc vibes from him from Indiana Jones. We also got Scarlett Johansson, Zora Bennett here in a tunnel, which we've also seen in the trailer. So again, not straying from anything we haven't already seen, which I'm appreciating. It's just kind of expanding on the things that we've seen, like a step further, which is, I think, excellent. But yeah, nothing to say really about this shot. It's just her holding the gun. She's holding a gun. So how do we feel about that? Let me ask you that.
I mean, she didn't create these animals, right? Like, I don't, at this stage, it's like, I don't mind it because Jurassic Park was supposed to be this like nurturing, nature preservey type aesthetic, right? Like, look, if you go to Disney's Animal Kingdom, I'm sure there's a gun somewhere. All right. But it's like, just in case.
Just in case.
Sure it exists.
I'm
just
sure,
in case.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
But like it's not like they're toting them around, right? It's not like that's the goal is to whip out the gun.
Muldoon had like literal like rocket launchers like on hand just in case.
Right. But like if you're going to a dinosaur island 30 years after this all started, you're gonna take a gun.
Yeah, and
For
it's
sure.
not the first time we've seen a gun in any of these movies, but obviously
Right.
Blue got shot with a gun, I think, right? But yeah, it's not often that we potentially see characters really shooting at dinosaurs. So who knows?
Right.
Maybe like I don't know, Rupert or Mahershala or somebody is like walking down this aisle and she's going to shoot at them. Maybe that's the case, or it's Jonathan Bailey.
Right.
Could be Jonathan Bailey. But that's there's some photos there from Empire. We've also got a pretty good photo here. I want to get your take on this one. Gareth Edwards Gareth Edwards relished making dinosaur mayhem with Steven Spielberg on Jurassic World Rebirth. He says, the only thing I can compare it to is showing George Lucas around the set of Star Wars. He tells Empire, which he did on Rogue One, which that's got to be a wild feeling to be like, hey, George, I just wanted to show you this thing that you've created. I just wanted to show you what I'm making. And everybody's going to question whether or not I made this movie because maybe Tony Gilroy made it. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's going to be wild to show George Lucas around a Star Wars set. So, and now to work with Steven Spielberg, it's like dreams come true, dude.
I have a personal, like, kind of biased appreciation for Gareth Edwards. When we worked on Godzilla 2014, he came to the studio and just, told us our work looked great and thanked us for everything. And he seemed really invested in the product from start to finish, where we're kind of like finishing. We're their last stage, right? The movie gets done and then stereoscopic 3D comes in and makes a 3D version of it. And it's a little more involved than that, but like, he came, I would say out of like the 75 movies I worked on, like I can think of like one handful of directors that showed up to like say that the work looked good and that they appreciated it, or we're interested in like how the process was done. And he was one of them. So I just wish I was seeing this movie. I wish I was seeing this movie. I like this guy.
I'm going to email Gareth and just like let him down slowly and be like, you remember, a long time ago back in 2014, 2013, maybe when you went to that studio and you saw that there was a guy named Aaron Beyer there and he was just sitting at a desk and you went and like said, congratulations, this looks really good. He's not showing up to one of his most favorite series of all time.
He's not showing up
for you.
Yeah.
Specifically, he does not want to see your work. And he is one of you. You are one of him because he is a VFX guy, like Gareth Edwards. That's what his background is. So he's going to be really sad to know that. But this image that we see otherwise.
VFX are not my problem with this movie.
There's some real special effects going on here. He is. He's doing a great job, everybody. But
what do we think about this thing?
I like what I'm seeing here. So what we see on the bank of this river is what I'm assuming it looks. I don't know. It looks T-Rex-ish to me. Does it not? I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know. What do you think?
Definitely looks like a biped. I mean, these props always look so pretty when they're taken in photos like this, but then you stick them in film and they just look so good. Like, cause they're in tighter. Like I remember that Stegosaurus that was like rumored, or not rumored, but like was shot for, was it Fallen Kingdom? When they go to the island, there was supposed to be this massive dead Stegosaurus and that thing looked terrible. It looked awful.
Even like the animatronic like T-Rex head that was in the back of the truck where Claire was like riding on it, like I remember the animatronic just looking real bad, and the T-Rex in the movie looked fine. Like it didn't look perfect in the movie, but it also didn't look nearly like it did in the photos. So
no, but hero objects like that, hero characters, typically will get CG overlays over their animatronic things. So like they'll get polished up, they'll get a little bit of animation to like their musculature and stuff like that. They'll just kind of get like a love, like a polish of love. And a prop like this is not. So
maybe, yeah. I mean, the Apatosaurus definitely got that treatment. That one moved, obviously, but this one, let me tell you, this is the first dinosaur we're seeing on set. We have not seen a dinosaur on set at all. I don't think in any of the marketing, any of the photos, there has not been a physical dinosaur prop of any kind, I don't think, in any of the materials that we've seen. Maybe I'm missing something, but this is kind of good. I'm glad because they've been so dinosaur free. It's been weird that there's been nothing, until now, I guess.
I think for as fast as this movie got kind of greenlit and like, hey, we need a movie because of the strike, and I would be very surprised if there's much animatronics. Like, I don't think.
Oh yeah, I don't know if there's anything really. I mean, I think this could be it. This could be the thing. But yeah, I think this looks very cool. At least it's a massive. It's completely messed up the image here, but a massive like figure here and a huge hole in the side of this creature, whatever it is. It definitely, I don't know. It's giving me similar paint job vibes to like what we see on that T-Rex. So, like, I'm not saying that it's gonna be that T-Rex. This looks like it's maybe been here for a little bit, but it does kind of look like a fresh wound, like in a way, doesn't it? I feel like it kind of does look fresh.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not seriously gonna kill the T-Rex again, right? Because like, remember I was saying when this all happened, I was like, dude, this is giving me such garbagey JP3 vibes. This trailer, and if that's what this is, I just
go.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I won't be there to see it.
Spino.
I won't be there to see it.
Yes, you will. I'm here for the Spinosaurus ripping into this T-Rex. Gareth, you would be my number one director of all time in the history of every film ever if you were to pull this off and just like annihilate everybody out there for like having their hopes and dreams set on a T-Rex killing a Spinosaurus in this movie. I think that would be fantastic. Oh my God. I love this movie even more now. I'm going to sit more, even just for you, that you're not going to be sitting apparently. But
that's fine.
But I like this. I think this looks fantastic. I'm seated for this. I can't wait. And the last one here, I know we have not talked about toys at all yet, I don't think. But not at all. But we will be getting there. And before we do that, though, there's like a alternate cover of some sort, offers a tantalizing tease. Oh, it does say it right here, actually. Tantalizing tease of the mysterious and deadly Distortus Rex.
This movie's so dumb. It's so
says
dumb.
Aaron Beyer. That was a quote from Aaron Beyer.
So dumb.
Everybody. Not me. That was Aaron Beyer.
Distortis Rex.
Best behavior, my friend. Best behavior.
Get out of town. So lucky this show is for children as well. You're so lucky.
I'm gonna just give a little Google. So let's see. Is there anything about Distortus?
No. How do we get worse than Diabolus Rex or whatever? Oh, we're gonna just call it Distortis Rex. Get out of here.
I was hoping they would go with the Diabolus, whatever it was, Diabolus Rex.
Well,
I was hoping they would,
right? Like,
yeah, I was hoping they would go back to that, and reuse that because they didn't end up using that. But etymology, let's see, Distortus, perfect passive participle of I don't know, to turn different ways, twist, distort, warp, to torment, torture. So I don't know. Could be.
It's a distorted king. That's what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. So
dumb.
Well, that best behavior is. Yeah, I don't know. It's not living up to. But Distortis Rex, that's what we have to deal with now. We're going to be talking about that in the future. Obviously, we've got an image here that kind of give me like Predator vibes here or something. And we did just get like a Predator trailer, right, of some kind. But yeah, this is a jungle. It's very much artwork cover. It's not like a actual image. You've got this big bulbous head, the two eyes, very big eyes, more forward facing than any Rex that we've seen before. And a lot of ugly teeth there in the front. So Now, like I said on Best Behavior, what what do you think of this? Imagine for a second you're me and you love everything that you see. Okay, thoughts?
Sure. Dude, this is just like, it's seriously like this is. I just
Be me,
hate
go
this
ahead.
thing so
No,
much. I
that's
just
not
hate
me.
this
I wouldn't
thing.
say that. I wouldn't say that. Oh,
What would you say? Like, honestly, you can't even tell me this is a good design. This thing's awful. And have you seen the toy? Have you seen the toy?
I have. Yeah, the I'm not loving the color on the toy necessarily, but
Zero effort given. Like, I don't know, dude. This thing just seems like they just. Ugh. You know what? They're gonna get in this movie and they're gonna be like, well, we had to have it have massive arms from an ape. It's got the brain of a human. It's got the sonar of a beluga whale, and like you can like see all those parts there. And I don't really recall like Indominus. Like I think Indominus had mixtures, right, that were like maybe not so like in your, like it didn't look like a monstrosity. It looked like a dinosaur. And even when the little kid's like, oh, that's not a dinosaur, like, is that lost on general audiences that wasn't a dinosaur? Like, did it, like, if they wouldn't have inserted that line into that movie, would general audiences have been like thinking the Indominus Rex was a real dinosaur?
yeah, I bet you they would have. I mean, there's nothing really outside of them talking about like the mixtures and the fact that you made a new dinosaur, like that kind of commentary. Like there's nothing about it that wouldn't make you believe it's just as real as any of the others, the Giga or whatever. You know, they all look the same kind of, you know, like just big monstrous creatures. But this definitely does not look like it would fit into this universe necessarily from what we've seen. But I'm open to the idea of it and excited to see what comes from it because I like the weird creatures. And at this point, we've seen all the regular stuff. We've seen all the natural creatures. We've seen them in their habitats, blah, 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 whatever.
No, we haven't. There's literally thousands of species of dinosaurs.
There are, but look, you don't watch the animated stuff as well, which, does feature a lot of the things that, you've said you wanted from like Dominion and stuff. A lot of people have wanted to see like dinosaurs in their habitats and stuff like that. So that show does that. So I'm kind of like, I'm fine with what we've gotten from dinosaurs. So I'm open to the weird stuff like the Scorpius. So I really like the Scorpius. I like the Indominus and I like the Indoraptor. I like these weird things that are not accurate, not real. So I'm interested to see what the usage is here. And this is one movie. Like it's one movie. If we like it, we don't, whatever. It's done and over. Like Jurassic Park 3 is a movie that took me a long time, 15, 16, 17 years to come around on and to be like, okay, I'm cool with this one. It took me a long time to really come around on that movie. And I was never in the lane that you are currently in for Rebirth, but I don't know. I know that this is a weird thing. I see it. I get it. And I understand everybody's, thoughts around this thing, but I got to see how it fits. I got to watch the puzzle be put together in front of me and see, does that make sense? And then if it doesn't, look, I'll own up to it and I'll be maybe on your side. But until then, I think it's weird and I can't wait to see what it is,
I guess.
Distortis Rex, there it is, peering out of blood spattered foliage. This comment here on Instagram. Oh, where'd it go? I just lost it. All right, so it's from JOAQLX. It says a hybrid again, bro. We're tired.
Yes,
that's funny.
Yes, thank you.
That's funny. I'm not tired of hybrids. I'm kind of just still on board with them. I'm fine with it, and I know this is more of the this is like how there's like superheroes in like the Marvel universe, but then there's also mutants this is the mutant. This is the the distorted version. So yeah, a little bit different, I guess, than the hybrid per se. But
I guess. I know they're calling it. I know that everyone's trying to justify it, right? Like they're not pretending that Superman and Superman Returns didn't like stalk Lois Lane and like peer into her window unprovoked. But like everyone's like, oh, it's a mutant. It's not a hybrid. Bro, same thing. All right. Like,
yeah, basically
same thing.
So just to finish this out here, Empire did apparently post some stuff on their website and very minimal stuff here, but they're again, even the commentary is very much similar to what we've gotten in the past. It's like, we're trying to recapture that magic of Jurassic Park. We're trying to make you feel like you felt when you watched that in 1993. So Gareth says that this film is apparently a love letter to the 93 original. That's got to make you feel good. It's a love letter. It's a love letter.
No, dude, I don't believe these people. This is all like, it's always marketing and like.
But you believe, like, I believe in Gareth. Like, do you not believe in Gareth?
I do. And that's why I wish I was going to see this movie, because I really do believe in Gareth. Like, he is up there as far as like action sci-fi directors goes.
He does say it really does feel like it's welcoming people to really celebrate the original film. It has that wonder and awe while not being scared to re-inject the thrills and the fear. So let's see, anything else here? It harkens back to the first one, says Johansson, or she agrees. And it has a lot of good jump scares, and the stakes are high.
Did you that is like
oh, where'd it go?
That picture. Oh no.
It was so funny.
The picture is really good. Yeah.
It was this oh man, I didn't want it to play a video. There was the picture of the guy playing basketball.
It makes me nervous. They're like, we really want people to celebrate the first Jurassic Park. And it's like, by driving them to see this horrible monstrosity, they will definitely be celebrating the original Jurassic Park.
Remember, best behavior, best behavior. You're getting off the rails, man. You're gonna get
gives me vibes. Did you see the NVIDIA guy giving the speech about building factories in America? And he was like, oh yes, I want to thank President Trump and his encouragement, trust me, his encouragement to build in the United States. And it's like, bro, did he like threaten to kill you? Like, that's the vibes I get from to celebrate Jurassic Park.
You better be saying that we are celebrating Jurassic Park in this, not Jurassic World. We're not celebrating anything else. We are celebrating Jurassic Park, says Steven Spielberg. Right. No, that was not a quote. That did not happen. But there is a quote here. Let's see here. This is all the same stuff that recapture the idea that we're dinosaurs in the environment, blah, blah, blah. The last few movies were exploring the idea of, hey, what would it be like if they were in our environment? They did that very well. And now we wanted to explore how it felt to go back to theirs. I like that. That's a good quote there. All right, but that's that. Jurassic World Rebirth, Aaron, you don't have to comment on it anymore. That's all. All right. We get it. We know. Let's talk about toys.
I'm so excited for the toys. Give me all these toys.
All right. Jurassic World, Beyond the Gates, whatever, Creator Edition. I found it interesting. Yep. I did get a press release. This is I think like the first time I've gotten a press release for Beyond the Gates. Let me actually bring that up. I did not. I forgot to bring that up here, but yeah, I found it interesting. I guess because it was Jurassic World Rebirth, dinosaurs. But
I would imagine it's because they're really like Universal has a stake in. Universal doesn't have a stake in like the toys that came out like a year ago or 2 years ago, right? Like Universal has like they want you to be excited. They want this to feel as official as possible, right? So they're going to have Mattel send out press releases and all that stuff.
Yeah, a little confusing, though, on the press release, because it says here, in anticipation of the film, they've dropped the first episode of Beyond the Gates Creator Edition. Episode 1 features Neems from Jurassic Your World, who takes fans on a wild ride, does he? With an in-depth look at the details that bring all 3 new dinosaurs to life. And it says, yeah, it just later on it says like episode 1, the first episode. So I found that interesting because it's for sure not the first episode. So I don't really know why they were like banking on the first episode. This is the first one, and I don't know. Maybe this is the first one with Rebirth toys. Maybe say it that way. But we have. Go ahead.
In all fairness, this is like the first one that's been someone that's like in the Jurassic community in a long time.
Since Sneeves himself last year. He repeated a few times. He repeated a few times in the last one. The product guide has been finally updated, which is nice. I've got a full product guide on my side here. Has the prices and everything like that for all the different creatures. And the masks and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's talk about this, Beyond the Gates. They came out with 3 new items today. Maybe you could say 5. But we've got the super colossal Mosasaurus. Now, this when I first looked at it, I was like, whoa, $69 for this. And I was really like, oh, okay, it's super colossal. Right. So it's a big one. It's a big one. Now I know I said we were done talking about Rebirth, but like these are literally all Jurassic World Rebirth toys.
No, I'm excited for these.
You're excited for the toys, okay? Well, super colossal. We know this scale. We know how good it is, but we haven't gotten one of these. I don't think in this scale.
Yeah. So this is not the Mosasaur I'm getting. So I didn't pre-order this one. I want the other one that's probably the standard line. That's got the more of the straight body design and the waist, I think.
With the movable
that's
tail,
what I'll be getting.
Bite and Blast Mosasaurus for $39.99.
Yeah. So I'm not getting this one, but I'm excited for those who are excited to have it.
And these are all like dated for June 1st, by the way. So even the ones that are not even on pre-order or whatever, but they do say available for pre-order on Mattel.com. Let me click that link, see what actually pops up. It just says where to buy, so it actually doesn't. Where can we buy this Mosasaurus? Not the one that I'm looking at here on the stream, but this other one, this Bite and Blast or whatever it's called. It's not actually popping up, so I guess the link's dead. It's not active. All right, but there's the Mosasaurus. Cool figure. Colors are different. You know, it's tail's different and everything, but huge figure. Let's move on to the next one, which is this 3-pack here, which actually features the Spinosaurus. This is the Jurassic World Rebirth story pack with exclusive Spinosaurus, 2 human figures, and accessories. Cool looking box.
Yeah.
You've got the Spinosaurus, a very small looking Spinosaurus, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah. I was torn on this. I did pre-order. Well, I'd say I'm torn on this one. I really don't want this Spinosaurus, but I want the humans. And I was kind of looking at the lineup. It doesn't seem like we're going to be getting any kind of humans by themselves. It looks like I'm going to have to get some of these weird designed dinosaurs to get the humans that I so much want. So I did pre-order this one.
Okay. Look at you. Pre-ordering.
Because humans by themselves now are like $15, right? So what does this pack cost? This pack is $30.
This one is $34.99. Yes.
I mean, you're basically getting a free Spinosaurus.
I mean, yeah, typically if a human is on its own, it's like $8.99 or something like that. So it's definitely a markup. Plus, you're getting this little crate, the weapons and stuff like that. The flare gun, which is like a nice touch. I like that little flare gun. That's cool. But yeah, not the Mosasaurus. Spinosaurus is a little whatever. I'm not too sold on that. I'm struggling overall, I think, right now. So we are like kind of on the opposite spectrum here of like you're not into the movie, but you're into the toys, and I'm I'm into the movie, but I'm not so much into the toys at this point because I'm struggling with like what to do with all of this stuff at this point. You know, like look behind us. You know, we've got stuff on every wall in every corner, and I've got like crates and things in other rooms and in storage, full of opened toys that are not getting played with or not getting put on a shelf. I've got unopened toys right over here, and I kind of have stopped with the core stuff for the most part. There's a few things here and there. But for the most part, I have. And I really never was into the idea of picking up big sets just to get a human. Like, I never got that one that featured, what's her name? Ellie, like I think she had like a blue shirt on or something. Never got that one. It was like the Giga, the Therizinosaurus, and
that was the one
T-Rex
that
or something.
drove everyone crazy.
Yeah, I never got that Malcolm set from the Lost World. I'm biting myself hard for that one. I don't know if there's even a saying, but I just made that up. But never got that one. There's been a few like that I never got. The Barry, like there was a Barry set, I never got that one. And in a lot of the newer like Camp Cretaceous Chaos Theory sets, I haven't been getting those, even though I want those humans figures and some of the dinosaurs, but I don't know. I haven't really been biting for the bigger ones just yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I would consider this big. I mean, the one with Ellie was ridiculous, like for sure.
Well, sure. Yeah, that was very, very expensive. It was like $120 or something, wasn't it?
It was insane, and everyone knew really it was just such a cash grab for Ellie. But like, if I'm looking at like Collect Jurassic's website, a lot of this is going to be like attack pack size dinosaurs with human figures. That's the stuff like I want these humans. And so, yeah, I guess I'm getting another Velociraptor. At least it looks kind of different.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But we got Jonathan Bailey and we've got Scarlett Johansson's Zora Bennett and John. What was his name? What's his character's name?
I don't know,
but I'm blanking on the name at the moment. Oh, Dr. Henry Loomis.
They
look good
really
in this render.
Yeah, they really want you to think that's an Alan Grant action figure. Look at like how that guy is dressed.
Yeah, you're right. He's literally dressed like almost identically to the original Alan Grant like figure.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. They look great. Like this is just a render here, but not the actual toy itself. So I don't know if they'll be that accurate. Probably not, I would guess, but I don't know. I think they're in the video, but I didn't look too closely. But it's a cool set, but I don't know. I gotta wait and see. I have not pre-ordered any of these items. But the last one here is one that we all have known and loved, and has gotten a ton of views over on like my Instagrams and YouTubes and whatever you call it. TikToks. This is the super colossal Titanosaurus. Ooh, super colossal. I don't even know if I knew it was super colossal.
No,
53-inch. No, I don't think so. Have they? I don't really remember them being listed as super colossal. Now, maybe this is different, but the one that I saw at New York Toy Fair, I'm assuming is the same one, and it was very big. It was very big. Everybody's like asking me, how does it compare to all the other ones? And I feel like it was bigger than the Dreadnoughtus. Is that what that thing? You can't see it in the video, but Dreadnoughtus. It felt like around that size, if maybe even a little bit bigger or thicker. So very big, and you can see the kid like in this picture, just like it's this big. It's huge. So this is going to be a popular one. This is also $69.99. It's huge. What did you go for this one?
I did go for this one. I won a second, but I have a feeling that like this is gonna be one where I wait for to get a second one. I'm gonna wait for this to go on sale. But I did pre-order one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really into the paint job on this figure. I really don't like the white skull paint on it. I didn't get that from the trailer that was a thing.
No, I do think the paint looks a bit different than it looks in the trailer, but I do think it does look really cool. Like I've got the in-person images and stuff like that, and I thought it looked pretty cool in person. So
okay, all right, I'll trust you on it because this is kind of one that's lacking for me in the paint department.
don't trust me on it because I don't know. Our opinions are very different at the moment. But
That's fair.
but you know, sometimes like I've looked at a figure like that blue Suchomimus that I was like, oh, come on, dude. Like, I don't like this. And then when I saw it in person, I was like, this is my maybe favorite toy. It's amazing looking. I love it. So there's times like that. But that was everything from Beyond the Gates. Pretty good collection here today. Excited to see that. And yeah, we're getting things kicked off in a big way now. And June 1st is that street date for all this stuff. So expect June 1st to be a big day in stores as well.
Are they giving us like teases for what's up and coming on Beyond the Gates anymore? Like, are they saying
no, they're not, which is a bummer. They don't like tease the upcoming months, which I wish they did. But they do not. I have not seen any Dr. Peppers with Jurassic. I have not found the cereal yet. Have you found any of those?
No, but I'm also not looking. Like, it's not going to be possible to collect everything. I think at one point in time it was possible to collect everything, and they've kind of gone the Disney route where it's like it's everywhere, it's on everything, and you just kind of have to accept the fact that you can't get to it all.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It's like, I think at the beginning in 2018 when Mattel started, it was like, wow, we've always been shortchanged, right? Dude, that was not me, even though I got a fake Dr. Pepper right here. No, I think we all felt like a little shortchanged over the years, right? We didn't get enough stuff. We wanted more, and then we got more, and we got the most, and we got it's still not stopping. So we've got a ton of things. So that's why I'm kind of like refraining from pre-ordering a lot of things at the moment because we've got so much already. And let's take a look at even more because we've got Collect Jurassic up here on Instagram. So go check out Collect Jurassic's page where you can see all of the latest toy reveals. Let's start up top. We'll work our way down. I don't know what this is, but not loving whatever that is. Oh, this is just a bunch of collection of them. Actually, let me get away from this one. We'll start somewhere else because that looks like a collection. We'll go all the way down. All right, so we talked about these the other night, but let me get your thoughts. This is what you were talking about, these like kind of smaller packs. This is more acceptable. I would definitely go for something like this.
$20. Yeah.
Let me see. Did you look up that? Do I have that price tag here I don't know if the product guide says the price tag for this one. Not seeing it. Nope. It has other stuff, but not that. But yeah, it's probably I'd say maybe even less than that.
So after this Zora figure, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I just don't like the next 10 are just like I'm not worried.
You gonna get this guy?
No.
You chilobator? However you say that. I don't know. This guy here, the Zuniceratops, I've heard of that one at least. Not really into this design. There is this one. What is this one? A Nanotyrannus. Silly looking guy. I kind of like the colors. I kind of like the colors.
Can you imagine being an artist at Mattel and being like, oh my gosh, I have to make another random bipedal dinosaur that
There's so
how do
many.
I differentiate this one? Like, how do I make this one look different from the last, from the previous, from the one 5 units ago? With Herrerasaurus, they just gave up. They were like, no, there's one.
It's the one design, basically. Yeah, I mean, it probably looks a little bit different, but it's very much the same looking Herrerasaurus.
It has never looked like Herrerasaurus.
I don't know. I don't care. It looks fine to me. We've got, what is this one? This is the Coleoptera. I don't know how to say dinosaur names. Looks fine. Looks cool. It's basically the same paint job that's on the Herrerasaurus. We've got this one. What is this one? Ooh, that looks cool. Bipiosaurus. Looks like a mini Therizinosaurus to me.
Yes,
I don't know anything about dinosaurs really, but it looks good to me. Yeah, colors are fine. They're nothing crazy. Obviously the claws and stuff are not painted, but it's a cute little guy. I kind of like it. And what's this one? I don't know. Mincaria, maybe. It's like a cute little guy. Kind of what do you call this? Like iguanodon slash what do you call it?
Corynthosaurus.
Corynthosaurus or Parasaurolophus kind of looking thing. Yeah, Parasaurolophus looking guy. We've got the Archaeornithomimus. Well, I could say that. Is that right? Did I say that right?
What is it? Is that the one she talks about?
I think that's the one. Yeah, I think that's the only reason. As I was pronouncing it, I was like, I got this. I can say it because I've heard it before. So that's what it looks like. So to me, like, this is how I operate with dinosaurs. This is the Archaeornithomimus. I've never seen it before. I've heard the name. That's what it looks like to me.
That's exactly what it looks like. Exactly. Right.
Okay.
Because Mattel said so. Yep.
Yeah, because that's the way I learned dinosaurs, through toys. So
dude, I will never forget. Like, I will never forget the Dimetrodon toy from the first Kenner line. 15 years later, when they clearly had more information, National Geographic did like a Dimetrodon scene in one of their videos, and it was like completely standing up, not hunched to the ground, but it was like off its belly and like
really,
yeah, it was like running, and I was like, this is all fake. This is fake. This is fake dinosaur history. This is blasphemy. That this thing is not just a crocodile with a sail on its back.
Speaking of crocodile with a sail on its back, the Parasaurus, I guess, looks pretty cool. I gotta say, this one, I dig this guy. That's a cool looking dude. I love the thrashing mechanism that it has on there. I always love these kind of creatures. I don't know what the other ones are called, but I've got a handful of them. I don't think I have any of them.
Is it like Sauropelta or something? They're like the other crocodile creatures that.
No, that one's different. I think that one's a bunch of spikes and stuff. But yeah, there's some other crocodilian looking thing, and yeah, I like them. So this one looks even cooler, to be honest. And we've also got, what is this? Chilantiasaurus. Chilantiasaurus. We'll just go with that. This one looks cool. But like you said, like,
yeah,
walking on the 2 feet, just kind of looking exactly the same as most of the other creatures.
It's like, look, I get what they're doing. Like, it's not their fault. Like, and kids should buy these. Like, I just think that as a 40-year-old collector now, it's come down to like Hammond collection stuff, right?
Exactly.
Or it's like something's got to just be like insanely special. But I would have zero qualms about buying these for my nephews for Christmas or a birthday or whatever. Like, these are great.
Yeah.
These are great kids' toys. Great kids' toys.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of these necessarily. I think these are all on par with like a lot of the stuff we've gotten through 2018, 19, 20, all that stuff. So
yeah,
very similar type stuff. And I think for the kids who are growing up now, these are perfect, perfect for that. Yep. We've got this one here, this T-Rex. It looks fire breathing to me. Tim or Tom says one of those two, 3-letter names with T's and M's. But we've got this Power Devour toy with a light up mouth, I guess, and sound. But yeah, cool looking figure. I like the colors on this one. I know we're all very much confused on like, what is the T-Rex going to look like? Like we've seen a T-Rex through the movie, right? But we keep getting like a Rex like this or slightly variations on this kind of style. So what is the T-Rex going to look like? If there's a different one, is it going to look different? Is it going to look more like these ones? What's the difference? Is there a difference? I don't know.
So is this different than, and we haven't gotten to it yet, but is this, because the other one's like lab leak.
Yeah, let's go back down. That
right?
one's it's like this one right here. Yeah.
It's so good, dude. The sculpt is so good.
It's phenomenal, dude. I love this. Like I said it last night on my stream, but this photo right here of this lab lockdown T-Rex looks like some sort of like chicken thing, just kind of like cooped up, just kind of like keeping warm and just like sitting there. Like it looks fantastic. I'm digging this thing. I love the pose of that neck. Very Jurassic Park.
Dude, I I might get this Power Devour and this Lab Leak. Like, these look really good for baseline.
Yeah. This
They
is
look
what's
really
been
good.
missing. Like, this is what's been missing out of the T-Rexes that I feel like, I think like over the years, I've never really been into the T-Rex toys all that much. They're just so long and like unstable and very long. This is crunched down and it's got that neck that is like so iconic looking. And it's not a long neck. It's not anything like that. It's literally got this neck and design that is very iconic looking. So 100% on board with this.
They redid, so for that Ian Malcolm one that you're talking about, that comes with a male Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like, that's a different sculpt than the typical T-Rexes we've gotten in that scale. The one with the Mercedes. So like, not only did you miss out on the Mercedes, but you missed out on their only release of a male T-Rex. And while this big jaw thing doesn't necessarily prove that it's a male in Rebirth, because Quetzalcoatlus looks completely different, but like, this is the male T-Rex, and I'm wondering if this sculpt is going to carry over into, like, they haven't said, but you have to imagine we're going to get a Hammond Collection T-Rex that is the T-Rex from this movie, and it will just be a repainted version of the one they were trying to sell us for $500 or whatever it was, with the gate.
Maybe.
So
maybe
I'm very excited for all these new Tyrannosaurus sculpts.
Yeah,
I'm
I
down
gotta
for
say, I'm into them all. I think the T-Rex, like, I thought like over the years they really refined them and made them look even better and better.
Yeah.
And the motions and things that they gave them like were even better. And now they're looking 10 times better now. Like, I can't believe it. We're at a point where they just look so good. And man, like, let's just give a look at the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus is incredible looking. The Hammond Collection, dude.
I'm concerned. I'm worried.
Oh, he's worried.
worried.
Okay. Why?
I'm worried. Because all the best carnivores that we've gotten recently in Hammond Collection have a 2-segment tail, even down to like the Carnotaur. So my gig is gonna fall. But like, even down to like the Carnotaur here,
Yeah, you're right.
has
They do
2
have that,
segments to its tail, and I think that's
Oh
so
my God, we
good.
both have
I'm
the
really
same figure in our hands.
dude, it's so good. It's so good.
They're always within reach.
But I'm concerned about this.
By
I
not
shouldn't be-
having a segmented tail.
I
Like,
just-
what's your?
I don't know. I mean, the scale looks fine. I really want to see this thing against the T-Rex. Really do. I really hope they don't.
And the
like,
Giga.
mess
Like, I
that
want to
up.
see it against that. Yeah.
Well,
Ooh.
we're still missing our Indominus as well. You know, we haven't gotten a Hammond Collection Indominus, which I would actually say that they've now officially punted pretty far down the line, because you think they're gonna do Rebirth stuff for the next year. You know.
Maybe. I mean, like, look at one of the new figures we got coming up here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We've got a tiger velociraptor.
Yeah, what do you think?
I like how you said that. Yeah, what do you think? Because, yeah, you know, I said this last night because all we had last night was blurry photo. You know, we had blurry back of the video or picture or whatever.
That
it's
looks
hard to
really
tell.
good.
What?
That looks really good.
That looks good. The blurry photo. So I'm like, all right, maybe there's some hope. It I mean, look, let me pull up a picture in my own browser.
It looks like the male raptor. Is it just this pose? Is it just this pose that makes it look stupid?
Maybe. Let's see what other poses we got. Well, this is not a pose, but it's just
Once again,
this
messing
might
with the
be.
render. Look at this render.
This render is silly because we get this reused over and over again. This is the same render from like JP like 3 era or so, I think.
Yeah, it is.
But just like repainted. But this might be the best Tiger Raptor we've gotten yet. But I'm still, I don't know. It's still not exactly.
It's missing something, right? Like, they never can just nail these Tiger Raptors.
It's hard because I think if you look around it, like it really is capturing what we're seeing here. Maybe it's the eye. Is it a little too gold? Like, what's going on with the eye here? Is it? I can't really tell
I don't
because
think
of the
that's it.
pictures.
I think
No,
it is just
it
the
is
lack
yellow,
of.
but
I think it's
now
just the
this
lack
looks.
of
Oh,
good
come
paint
on.
jobs that we're getting at this stage.
This photo that I just pulled up, like this one, looks soft. Like the stripes look really soft around the head. But not so
Yeah.
much here. Like they don't look soft here. So
Yeah.
hopefully it looks
interesting.
okay.
It says they've changed the packaging. Right now, this is Jurassic World. I noticed this on the last two.
Yeah.
What is True Effects? Someone was like, "Oh, this is part of the True Effects line." What is that? Just a new label that they stuck on these boxes? Because they don't look any different than standard Hammond collection to me.
Look, I don't know. I think it's just they're like, oh, this is our more better looking line or something like that. Let's see if anybody has an answer.
Isn't that what Hammond collection was?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't. I forget what the Hasbro stuff, but there's like a Hasbro terminology that they use for like the way they capture the faces and stuff on a lot of the humans, for like Star Wars and stuff like that. I forget what
and
it's.
stuff.
Yeah, but I forget what it's called. I don't know. I'm not sure what the actual meaning of that is, to be honest.
So, no, you know what? You're right. If they said that that's kind of what they did here, where this is not an artist representation, this is actually like a scan, or they've got access to the models from ILM, like that could be what this is to represent. I mean, look, complaints aside, I'm getting like 4 of these things. I love Tiger Raptors. This is going to be the definitive one that we get, and I just love them. Like I'm getting multiples of these when they come out.
So there's a lot of like wrestling commentary on True Effects. So I guess the wrestling community has been using True Effects as well.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, it says here's somebody that says, when True Effects is applied properly, it looks way better than non-True Effects. But I don't know. At this point, like even like the humans, like there's not like a huge drastic difference for me from like core stuff to like Hammond collection stuff. So True Effects better be like the gold standard. I don't know. But let's go back to some of the other toys. We saw that one already. Let's take a look at this one that you mentioned before. We've got Jonathan Bailey's Dr. Henry Loomis here with a different shirt on, I believe, and a Pteranodon, right? Is that what it was? Yeah. With a blue head, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not like fancy anything, but it's kind of like it's giving me retro vibes on this Pteranodon a little bit. And I do like that you can stand it in that pose. That's cool. But he comes with a shock stick, very standard kind of attack feature there, and a backpack. But the Jonathan Bailey figures, like at least in the renders, all look pretty cool. Hopefully they look that way.
Yep.
And then we also have, I like this one, Duncan Kincaid. It kind of looks like Mahershala, but not exactly. It almost just looks like, I don't know, like G.I. Joe guy, like number 3 or something. Like it just looks like any random G.I. Joe guy. He's got a beret on, green beret, green military pants, a black or blue shirt or something like that. And then we also have a Velociraptor, which I don't know that we've really seen one like this before. So it's a different style.
Like, this sculpt, I mean,
this.
Well, they released what the new
but,
Raptors look like, right? Like,
but I don't. We've seen the one that was like this one down here. This Zora Bennett one, right? Which does, if you look at the nose, and of course I can't zoom in. This is the one that was like featured on some of the marketing materials. Is there a closer up? No, there's no closer up. But
why does she need to have an opening back?
I don't know, but I like it. You can put random things in there. It's fun.
You can put your... Okay.
But if you look at the nose, like the top of the like nose area, it's got these like 2 crests that kind of like align like around the nose or behind the nose area and then over the eyes. So that's a different looking feature for the Velociraptor. That's kind of cool. and of course like the
For
little
toys,
spiky hair.
Toys maybe, but the JP3 Raptors had that crest as well.
Yeah, and it does give me vibes of that, I guess, the old toys. But yeah, I think it looks different there. But so that's the same. It looks to be the same figure, as from what I can tell, just repainted. But we've got a different. So the other one was more of like a gray or whatever with some stripes, and then the blue and gold kind of head. This one's like a brown body with black stripes and black hair. I wonder why the toe claws are painted, but not the hands. Usually these are all like unpainted claws on these figures.
Cash, man,
but,
cash.
I don't know, but yeah, the Raptors look interesting. I'm not totally sold on the design, so I got to see how they really. Oh, dude, I mean, if it looks like this, dude, that looks exactly like him.
No way. There ain't no way that little toy is gonna look like that. That's awesome.
That looks like I'm pretty sure they just shrunk down Mahershala Ali. Like that looks exactly like him.
Legit, yeah.
That is great. But the other one did not look like that. But the Raptor does look cool, man. I think that does look pretty interesting. I just got to see how it looks in the movies. You know, I hope it comes across just as cool as that. Giant binoculars. But yeah, Duncan Kincaid. And again, these are two. We've got like 3 sets there. Zora, Dr. Henry Loomis, and Duncan. You can buy those with just like a human and a dinosaur, which is nice. And then also this guy, Ruben Delgado, the family man here that we don't know much about. We really don't know a lot about this whole family dynamic and story. But we have Ruben here versus the Parasaurolophus. Very similar kind of Parasaurolophus style that we've seen before with the coloring, the brown and a little bit of like an orange or brown, a lighter brown underneath this like teal kind of color. So it does very much look like the Dominion style in a way, but and the face and stuff. But he's holding a stick. Ruben's holding a stick. That's his accessory. Oh, but he also has a shock stick. Okay, he's got 2.
Two
like
sticks.
I love how these images are like, okay, it's just like some standard guy, and then it's like, oh, the real dude is just shrunk down into. I mean, this doesn't exactly look like him, but it looks like a cool guy. Like I'm digging him. This looks awesome. He is wearing. He's like kind of like Marty McFly-ish here. He's got but shorts. He's got shorts on, which is nice. Blue shorts with a red or a kind of like the undertone red shirt. This is why it gets giving me the Marty vibe because of that maroon shirt underneath, and then the vest kind of style.
The vest over it.
Yeah. The bright red vest over it. So yeah, and he's got the sleeves rolled up like a little bit. It's good style. I like this figure. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you go to a dinosaur island and wear the brightest red jacket and the brightest blue pants, you kind of deserve to get you kind of deserve to get some lunch. Yeah. Yaroslav says Ricky Martin. Does kind of give vibes like that. What is this a toy? Dude, this looks legit. Like, oh, this is a Hammond Collection Stiggy Malik. Looks incredible.
Yeah, it looks good.
That looks so good.
I feel like its crown is a little bright, but whatever. I'll take it. It's so good.
Yeah, it definitely is bright. And even the color, like the coloring here looks phenomenal. The coloring in the box, not good.
Not as phenomenal?
Not anywhere near as phenomenal. Like, this is amazing looking. Not amazing looking. It doesn't even look anywhere near the same like style.
But you know how I roll, man. I love my herd dinosaurs.
It's true effects, my guy.
Dinosaurs.
We've got this one here. Speaking of true, we got a Troodon. Hilarious. We got the Hammond Collection Troodon, and this guy looks cool, man. I'm digging him. Doesn't look anything like Genie, but let me get your thoughts.
that render
on the Troodon render down in the corner of the box. What is happening here? What is happening here?
I'll tell you exactly what's happening here is that no one thought to get on the horn and call Universal to see if Universal owned the likeness of the Troodon from the game from the Telltale game, because this looks like the Troodon from the Telltale game. This toy,
the figure itself, like colored, maybe a little bit different, but body wise and everything else, it looks really close.
They're even giving it like the weird eyes that like those Troodons had in the game, like the blind eyes. But what is this render on this box?
It's legitimately just the Velociraptor with some silly spikes on his head.
Bad. It's so bad. Like, come on.
Like they just had a fun time in the office one day. I think it just whatever. I don't care. It's silly looking. I'm glad we have it. I'm glad we have this render.
Do I have any Hammond collection stuff in a box? Like, don't we have Hammond collection stuff that just has a picture of the toy on the front?
I think there might be. Maybe more humans.
Why would they not have the toy looks so much better than this. This is awful.
It really does. It's just so funny. Like that looks great, dude. That looks awesome. The toy looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Just put that render on there. What is happening with this? This is so funny though. I'm so glad we got this though. This is hilarious to me. It's legitimately the same Velociraptor pose, painted
so bad.
With hilarious looking like spikes on top of its head.
It's so bad.
It's so bad, but it's so good. And yeah, that was I think that's that. I mean, I don't know. There's just some stuff in here we've probably covered in the past. It looks like the same stuff, but yeah, that's the entire rundown that we have so far of Mattel Jurassic. How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel like I'm not overwhelmed. I feel like what I want is achievable. You know, I think Mattel has proven themselves that if you at least try to get on these things within the first couple of weeks, like you're guaranteed to have one, even if you don't get the pre-order, right? Like if I miss a pre-order, that doesn't freak me out, you know, like it used to.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely figures that I slept on and I regret sleeping on, because they just phased them out like over the course of 3 months. But yeah, I feel good about these. I feel like the shelves should be pretty strong here in the next few weeks. And they never announced the Walmart stuff, never announced the Walmart exclusive stuff. So there's also that to like maybe go check out when it shows up.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, the stuff looks fun. It looks cool. And I think it's going to sell, obviously, with all these Hammond collection figures on the shelves next to it. It's going to look fantastic. I think they've done a wonderful job of really stocking the shelves, keeping stuff out there. There's a ton of stuff on the shelf at all times. And I'm sure there's going to be more. So it looks good. I'm digging it so far. So, but that being said, I don't think I'm really going to pick up much of anything. So, but I think it's for somebody, and that's what matters. You know, that's what matters. But yeah, Aaron, I appreciate you coming on tonight to talk a little bit about toys and of course Rebirth and other things and DVDs and stuff like that. So,
thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah, you did you were on okay behavior. I'll give you like I don't know, like a B. Maybe a B. I think a B.
All right, I get a B. I'll
give you a B. I'll give you a B. All right, so the typical. Let me ask you the question. You anywhere?
Yeah.
You doing anything?
No.
He's nowhere.
I feel
you know where you can find him? You can find him here on the first Thursday of every month.
Exclusively on the Jurassic Park podcast.
There it is, exclusively. Aaron exclusive buyer. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. But let me run down some things real quick before we head out and just let everybody know.
Life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but well, there it is.
There it is.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
That'll do it for another episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you for listening and sharing in our love of Jurassic and the entire franchise and Rebirth, of course. Look, I love this idea of this movie. I have questions and concerns as well, as I think a lot of people do with things that are happening in this movie. But the way I see it is like, I've clearly explained it multiple times over, but like I'm willing to give this thing a chance and to see where we go and to see what kind of ideas present themselves. And I just like to kind of try to have that conversation with Aaron every now and then. Maybe I can sway him. Maybe one day he'll see the light as I do. But as always, thank you so much to Aaron for honestly doing the same thing as I'm trying to do, is have a conversation with somebody who disagrees with your point of view. So I'm trying to do that. It doesn't always work. Look, that point of view, that conversation does not always work, as the world has shown. So don't try it if you don't need to. But in the case of this movie, Jurassic, it's all good. We can have this conversation and still be friends at the end of the day. It's not life or death. But you know, if you want to tell Aaron at least what you're feeling, how are your thoughts on this movie? Do you agree with him? Do you agree with other people? What are your thoughts? Let us know. And specifically for Aaron, you can tell him probably on YouTube. He'll see the comments over there. But I'm sure we'd all appreciate it. But thank you so much. And as always, a huge thank you goes out to our podcast host, Podomatic, for giving us a place to upload the podcast each and every week. Everybody out there, please just know that you matter. Stay safe. Be kind, fight for representation, change, and equality in the Jurassic franchise, but more importantly, outside of it in the real world. It's especially needed these days when nobody agrees on anything. But let's please make this world a better place. I'm going to go ahead and hand things off to myself for the outro. Take it away.
Saddle up, let's get this movable feast underway.
Continue the conversation with us on Threads and Instagram. Watch our content on TikTok and YouTube. Find us on the web at JurassicParkPodcast.com. You'll find today's episode show notes, articles, contributor bios, and so much more. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, our website, and wherever else podcasts are found. So please be sure to follow along and share with your friends, family, and fellow Jurassic fans. If you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We will read your Apple reviews at the end of most episodes, so be sure to spare no expense. Don't miss our Wednesday night live streams, toy hunts, reviews, in-depth bonus content, gameplay, event and theme park coverage on our YouTube channel. If you want to get a hold of us or participate in the Jurassic mailbag, you can fill out the contact form on our website or send emails and MP3s to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Feel free to call our voicemail line at any time to leave us a message or just to say hi. That number is 732-825-7763. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, enjoy.